Okay, so let me continue. This is the first iteration of the dashboard, but of course this is not enough, and it can further be fine-tuned and refined, and each metric, each section, and the hierarchy of the structure of the data can be edited, and the designs obviously can be changed, and you can ask in the chatbot all the necessary changes that you want to perform. But to skip some steps in terms of how to all the massive process that goes behind it, let me share some final results that we are working at John Galt Finance with the client dashboards. Here is one of the examples of the dashboard for scenario building. It's quite interactive, and this is actually the requirement of the client, so that there is as much flexibility as possible to use the dashboard. As you can see, there is a lot of control in each of the metrics and the variables, and then this actually helps a lot each business operator and each business owner to make business decisions and commercial decisions, especially when you're moving fast, as each e-commerce business is obviously is doing nowadays. So these kind of tools are very helpful in a sense that they are dynamic, they are interactive, they are not some kind of large, unclear and complex Excel table on some finance guy's desktop. This is actually what you can access, what you can play around and experiment with, and see the actual outputs of the changes that you will do. And so let me continue with some of the more steps in the Claude. Let us return here. So as I said, this is the first output. It is in the HTML. This can be downloaded and shared with the team. On this I will comment a bit later also what we're doing with it. But let's then feed it in some nicer things so that it looks even more usable. So what I'm asking Claude to do now is to obviously acknowledge that this is a good start, but I want to get some more value from it. So I'm after getting the first draft, I'm asking him to structure it, not just a numbers dump or some charts dump, but I'm actually asking to structure it according to the pyramid consulting principle, and then go from higher level metrics to some detailed information. So let's also let Claude do his magic, and let me continue to show you some other dashboards with which we are working with. So this one is the interactive scenarios. This is actually the e-commerce performance dashboard that we're also using. This is a kind of the basic template that we then build upon with each specific business. And this is the real case dashboard for an beauty e-commerce business. As you can see, this is quite detailed because again, this is the requirement of the client. All the necessary elements are also here, such as KPI cards, charts, some metrics, etc. And the core feature of this dashboard is that there are several tabs as well, with which you can dig deeper into the categories, into the analysis, into each business aspect. For example, marketing channels, you can view monthly spend, you can view some channel effectiveness, and then you can even see it at the level of each creator and how much gross merchandise value he brings at the rows of the each specific creator. So this is again one of the examples for you to see what is possible with Claude and finance expertise to present to the client and to the e-commerce business owners. Let's return to the Claude. Yeah, he's still running something, confirming the story of the high-level numbers, and then running some commands for the editing of the initial version. At this point, maybe let's take some questions that you have. So questions are starting to come in, which is good. So thanks for that. Okay, so first question is the most critical one is about validating the accurate data. For example, correctly calculating ratios, period to period, comparisons, etc. So thanks for the question. I think this one is the core of what we do also in our work with the Claude and dashboards and e-commerce businesses. And this is actually the kind of value that we provide with the clients to work with such dashboards. Because first of all, the kind of clean data that I've shown you in the beginning that I'm using for creating this dashboard in real life, it's almost never the case. And so to start building anything similar to even this first draft, the first step that we do, we actually compile the data, we process the data and make it readable and processable for the AI to work with, and specifically in Claude. But then how we validate, of course, this is a regular process now for any finance guy at least, but for other users as well, to validate the outputs. This is a compulsory thing to do, to check the outputs so that we're sure that the AI is not hallucinating, not thinking something up, which is also, as we understand, is how it's programmed to work. So we, as financial experts and operators of the system, this is our job to actually validate it. So the next question about first step to explore before we go deep into the business analysis software. Not completely clear. The question is not completely clear to me. What do you mean by explore before the business analysis? But feel free to clarify with this. Let's go back to Claude. It's yes, bringing some changes. As you can see, it already looks quite different from the initial version. It's already built. So let's take a look at the output. As you can see, it looks much better than the initial version. There are already some conclusions and takeaways, some scorecard in a very condensed way. Then the next level, some other metrics, the growth, also the charts built in here, also with some conclusions. And then the next third level are already diagnostics. Maybe this is part of the answer to your question, Udis, about the deeper business analytics. Even within the dashboard, you can set up it in such a way with a basic prompt request to see some more detailed numbers as well. I will just scroll back to it so that we're moving fast enough. So this is quite nice. We didn't ask it to do it, but the product landscape scatter plot with revenue and margins, this I think looks quite good, and also much better than the initial version. Again, some matrices, some charts, and at the very bottom just a pure table format where, as we requested it, to move from higher level to detailed level in our structuring. So let's then work with it a bit more and ask Claude to change the visuals. Okay, let me feed him some prompt for the visuals. So make it look clean and intuitive, use some nice design, ready to use fonts, and make it modern and premium. So let's ask Claude to do just that. And in the meantime, let me share an invitation to you straight away. So thanks, first of all, for joining the webinar. And in addition to what I've been showing you over the last several minutes, I see some more questions coming. We'll get to them as well. So by joining this webinar, you will get also from us as some nice bonuses, a financial model template that we use with our clients, a business review that we usually bill at 500 euros, but for you this will be a gift. And then, according to today's topic, also a custom dashboard draft for your business that you can start using straight away. But again, as I said in the very beginning, even the custom draft is not enough, and for the any kind of AI output and even drafts and templates, you need to get the expertise of the financial people or maybe data analytics people to work with it and structure it in the most valuable way for the business owner, for the founder, to do the things that he's best at, and not always have enough time to play around with all these technical tools, process data, and stuff like that. So please use the QR code, scan the code and get all the gifts. And let me now take a look at some of the questions. Natalia is asking about whether Claude is the best software to build the dashboards. I would say yes. In our experience, this is the best tool so far. We've also experimented with some of them already, and we came to the conclusion that Claude gives us the most capabilities to work with. Okay, let me open Claude again. So as you can see, it's still running the redesign. So let's give it some more time and let me ask some more questions. Anastasia is asking about formats except for CSV for Claude dashboards. Good question, thanks a lot. CSV works, and other formats as PDFs, Excel files with your models, even the basic like financial reports from your accountant could also serve as the basis for the dashboard, but I would say you will need to spend much more time and much more iterations of Claude prompting and all the drafts and the iterations to make it look as neatly as you saw even from the first draft that we had today. Maybe I will show you some other dashboards while Claude is completing. We have some more time today. I see that no further questions, but let me click through these dashboards. Also, an important detail is, of course, periods. you can be as elastic as you need to have the necessary layers of the periods as well. But of course, this is always up to the actual requirement of the client to how to set up the dashboard. And I would say this is actually the first step before we even start building anything, before we even start processing the data. We start with asking the questions and understanding the actual need of the business founder that he needs to use the dashboards in his business and in making the commercial decisions. So I see that Claude is just completing some final touches for the redesign, and maybe as well he's doing it, I will also tell you about some other functionality of Claude. As I said in the beginning, it's not just the all habitual chatbot that we are all have experiences communicating with, but it's now the product called Cowork and Claude Code, which also gives us lots of capabilities to work both with the dashboards and with finances as well. So let's check our final result. As you can see, this looks completely different from our very first draft. Claude has been quite creative in choosing the fonts and colors, but as you can see, this looks very nice. So we have all the underlying numbers and the data that we had in the beginning. We have the pyramid structure to represent our data so that there is no data dump and there is no mess in terms of the charts, and we actually know where to focus on and we can scroll through the details. And then as the last step, we have a nice and intuitive, clean design that we can present to our team members, and even if we need it to investors and other third parties. So this is the final product and an example of what we can do with Claude with just the 3 prompts. But I would also highlight it, these prompts and this understanding of how to do it even in the three prompts is not random. And this is also came as a experience by us of experimenting with the Claude and with AI tools, so that we have the actual output that we can use in our businesses. So let me share the QR code again, and I see another question came from Udis about the benefits and situations when this approach is better used opposed to prepare dashboards with Power BI, etc., connected to database. Good question, very good question, Udis. Thanks for that. I would say that the benefits are many. First of them is that, as you saw, Claude capability and the workflow is much more accessible to anyone, as opposed to Power BI, which is a kind of very complex tool even for most of finance people. So I will let you decide on your own how it will be accessible to just business owners. And so Claude actually gives capability not only working with static data, as I showed you, where the output is HTML file which you could share, but still it's quite static. What we also are doing now with our clients is that we do connect the front-end dashboard with the database, and then in this way the dashboard is live and interactive, and all the numbers are up to date, and in reality you can see the numbers in real time. So this is also what can be done through Claude, through the so-called MCP connectors. This is what we're also working with, and which really helps to provide these interactive tools for decision making. All right. Thanks everyone for joining, for asking some useful questions. I hope it was also useful for you. And let's keep in touch. Use the QR code and ask us to help you build the dashboards that will be valuable to you in the way that I've been showing you today, but adding some more value on top of it.